Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. All right, hey guys, welcome back to Honeycomb. My name is KO, and we have a new sneaker out today. But I believe that this is the first time that the shoe is retroing. So let's get right into it. If you don't know, my name is KO. I run this space. This is HoneycombManila. If you want to come and work here, whether you're a content creator who wants to make content like this, our studio costs no extra fees. Day passes start at around 75 pesos an hour. For a 10-hour day pass, you can use that over 3 visits. Maybe you got work from home and home is not a great place to work for you. This is a great place. You can work from home here. A lot of us feel really at home here. So if you're interested in that, look us up on Instagram. It's at HoneycombManila on Instagram. And with that, let's jump right into our sneaker. Today we have the brand new retro of the Nike Zoom Skylon 11 in the Summit White and Metallic Silver colorway. You ready? Let's open it up. Now, the Zoom Skylon occupied an interesting space in Nike running. This is kind of the middle distance to long distance sneaker. Originally, when it came out, it was top of the line technology. Let's talk a bit about the shoe, starting with the outsole. So the outsole, very interesting pattern. It has very much a Nike Free style outsole pattern. The traction is very, very familiar. Now, it's not labeled as Nike Free, but it's clearly very inspired by Nike Free. I had some Nike Frees back when this came out, which is originally around 2008. So for perspective, we're in 2026 now. So this is a 20-year-old retro. The outsole has a very thin layer of hard rubber. And then the focus on this sneaker really is lightweight construction. That's one of the number one ways to reduce the amount of weight on a sneaker, is to make the outsole a little bit lighter by making it thinner. But you can see that as it moves towards the back, here where the heel tends to strike on distance, it's much, much thicker. So the sneaker's outsole pattern is designed to be thicker in areas where there are more wear. And then you see it carved out so that the Skylon can splay out as you make impact on the ground, and then also have a lot of the freedom of Nike Free. On the outsole, you have a call out of Nike Zoom. You have Zoom Air in the heel. And then you have this torsion plate, the shank plate, that is in the middle of the sneaker, kind of to help stiffen out all of this freedom of movement that's being created. So you can see like it prevents it from torsion this way, but a lot of flex still comes this way from. So moving up to the midsole is made primarily out of Skylon. This is the original Skylon from 2008, which meant that it created a lot of bounce without too much mushiness. Kind of putting it in this pattern of the Nike Free layout allowed for a lot of flexibility. So this came out, if I remember correctly, slightly before the Vomero 5 came out, because this was 2008. You can see a lot of that same design language from the Vomero 5 also in the sneakers, specifically kind of the segmented heel sections. Very iconic of 2000 runners. The funny thing is that when they designed this, they planned to make something that was very futuristic. And here we are kind of in their future 20 years later and wearing it again. I think that's one of the funny things about retro sneakers, is that you find out that maybe some of the ideas that you already had were already great ideas. For day-to-day use, for walking around, this is perfect because it's a hyper lightweight shoe, which brings us to the upper. I always say that this is the most underrated thing about sneaker uppers, is if you have a really nice lightweight sneaker upper, breathability and comfort on foot, these make a huge deal when it comes to sneaker uppers. So for this sneaker, it's made out of one almost giant piece of mesh that runs all around the sneaker. And you can see the honeycomb stitching on the top. But that entire layer of mesh is like very thin. Very, very thin and fully breathable all around the entire sneaker. So areas that you would often see like midfoot paneling, this just has support structure in the form of these rubber lines that run all around the sneaker. So those create the reinforcement, and then you have a little bit more of these metallic silver overlays that run over the toe and eye stay of the sneaker. Now inside the shoe, you do have an OrthoLite insole. It's one of those pink ones. So what is this sneaker for? This is a Nike Sportswear launch, meaning this kind of fits at the same window as your Vomero 5, which is day-to-day casual, lightweight, very breathable sneakers that you can wear on the day-to-day basis. I think it actually might be lighter than a Vomero 5. I do have the Vomero 5 over there. And because the Vomero 5 has a lot more TPU, kind of like for that heel counter, so it's a little bit of a different approach. The Skylon 11 achieves its competitive advantage through making it lightweight. And that goes into the materials, meaning this rubber on the toe, it's very, very light. And then the heel counter, which on the Vomero 5 is made of hard plastic, this one, it doesn't have it at all. It just achieves it through just stiffness. This is a middle distance shoe, meaning for around 10K when it was originally in competition, if you'd go to like fun runs during that era, this is what you would wear. Today, there are more competitive shoes for that, so this is more like a lifestyle shoe, kind of in that, if you like that bare bones anatomical style shoe. This is kind of a good middle ground where you have that Nike freestyle outsole, allowing for a lot of freedom of movement, but you also have the zoom in the heel for long days of walking and comfort. Great shoe to put in the suitcase if you're traveling. Why? Because it's light. It's kind of got that like Flyknit feel to it. So before, when we had a lot more Flyknits, I would always bring a Flyknit with me in my bag because they were super light and you could pack them relatively flat. As you can see, this sneaker does go pretty flat, except for here in the heel. Now don't bend that heel down because that's what's providing all your support. You don't want to sacrifice that. They are very comfortable, but kind of like the vibe of this sneaker is that it's like a small, lightweight runner. So you do want it almost right up against your foot. If you have any heel slippage issues, first, you really shouldn't be using this for distance running anymore. If you're going to do that, go out, get a Pegasus, go out, get a Windflow even, which are both, I think, Skylon sneakers now. This one is a bit more ideal for all-day walking, travel, maybe just some light, like if you're traveling and you need to go get some steps in at the gym, this will work fine for that. But ultimately, this is a sportswear, a lifestyle is kind of the word that most of us use. This is, I believe, what we call a beater in sneakerhead terms. A sneaker that you can feel great about wearing day to day because of its fashion, flexibility, and how it looks like with your outfits, but also something that has a little bit of heritage, a high level of comfort, and it's just fun. So that has been the Zoom Skylon 11. Again, fits true to size, up half a size if you have a wider foot, but they do break in and they loosen up a bit when you do break them in. So for the most part, I would say true to size. They are a great day-to-day beater, a sneaker that you can wear all of the time. Kind of opposite of, like we talked about the the Air Jordan Ultra last week. This week, it's kind of like a sneaker, kind of in that same lifestyle day-to-day wear, but kind of the opposite. That was very substantial and like a heavy build. This one is kind of that light runner, ultra light sneaker. You know, during that era, this is actually my era when I was a distance runner. I would run a lot of 5K, 10K runs, and I was running, 3-4 times a week. This is the kind of shoe that we really wanted. Something that had that kind of controlled for pronation with the splaying, had a mediator plate, and was ultra light. So we wanted sneakers that made your feet feel fast. Today we have not better technologies, I guess some better technologies like Zoom X, but we have better implementations, right? Zoom Air, we've had it for, 30 years now. For me, the one I remember really is the Jordan 12, I believe, started Zoom Air in the basketball line. That's when it first showed up on my radar. And we've been finding better and better ways to use it and been breaking world records using it even today. And not only are we able to achieve more speed with the technologies that we have from today, we also are able to prevent injury a lot more by a better implementation of those technologies. So to answer the question that I know I'll get, can you run in these? Yes, you could run in them. There are better sneakers for you to run in, and this is a lifestyle sneaker. However, if you are traveling and this is a sneaker you choose to bring for long days that do like 8,000, 10,000, 20,000 steps, this is a great sneaker for that. It packs light as your second shoe inside of your backpack, inside of your bag. And if you're in that circumstance and you need to do a run or a workout, these will do just fine. Alright, so that has been the Air Skylon 11, the latest mesh runner from Nike, 2008 retro in 2026. If you have any questions, do let me know down in the comment section down below. My name is Keo. Thank you for joining me. I wish you good luck, good health, great pickups. Peace.